This is Hollywood. Your pal Matias Bombal with you, and we're looking at Girl Most Likely. This entirely new and original story, which is distributed by Lionsgate, has nothing whatsoever to do with the 1958 Jane Powell, Cliff Robertson film, The Girl Most Likely, which had the distinction of being the last RKO radio picture ever made, nor does it resemble in any way the 1973 cult classic made for TV, The Girl Most Likely 2, with Stockard Channing. Now that that's out of the way, this quirky little film that bounces between the metropolis of New York and a typical New Jersey of lore and a little reality has a wonderful performance by Annette Bening as a New Jersey mom with an unusual household. We're shown this world through the eyes of Annette's daughter in the film, Kristen Wiig, who had been a gleaming, hopeful playwright with a Broadway future last year, but today is yesterday's news. So much so, she's forced to go back home. But you can never really go back home, can you? She, Miss Wiig, returns to find that her brother, an odd little nebbish with a pass for crustaceans, played with wide-eyed wonder by Christopher Fitzgerald, is running a crab shack. And her old room is occupied by a young renter, Glee's Darren Crisp. And that her mom has taken in a lover, Matt Dillon, in a charming wingnut performance. She suffers stress and discomfort throughout the film in a manner typical of her roles on Saturday Night Live, where, on television, Miss Wiig honed her craft. Unfortunately, I don't care for that type of, although obviously highly intelligent, muttery, talk-to-yourself style of communication, so I found myself not caring one bit about her character's problems or frustrations. What held the film together is the nutty surroundings of her mother's New Jersey life. Her house is almost a character in itself. Wonderful Bob Balaban is back in a typical character part in this film, playing just the smarmy intellectual type he does so well. His family has deep roots in the show business, having been motion picture exhibitors in Chicago and the Midwest at the very beginnings of the movie industry. The Balaban Katz Theaters in Chicago were amongst the finest movie palaces ever built in the 1920s. This movie is very clever and very well written. The screening audience at the advanced screening that I attended laughed throughout. Unfortunately, I did not care for the type of character she played in the film, so I was more annoyed by her role than amused by it. However, it may appeal to you. The film has two directors, the husband and wife team of Robert Pulcini and Sherry Springer Berman. This is your pal Matias Bombal bidding you a fond farewell.